Hello and welcome back. Moro here, and we are going to be playing Settlement Survivor. Going to do large map and hard difficulty. This game is basically a Banished clone with a bunch of like add-ons and tech and other stuff. Plus, it's like kind of colorful and cool, so that's nice. Think it's going to be a pretty cool thing to play. Placing the city market defines where your houses can be. So you don't really want to put them too close to the edge of anything. Within that circle, you really want to make sure that you're going to plan to keep that open for houses. We have a fertile soil plot near us, so we might go here. Also, having a lot of river and waterways around is nice because a lot of production buildings require it. So I don't know. This spot's looking pretty good. Plus, it fits so nicely in this little circle crescent. It's nice. So let's just plunk it down. Right there. All right, because it's hard mode, there's actually a pretty strong limitation on how much stuff you can produce. Unlike normal mode, most buildings and farms and just grasslands and everything that's around you is just everything's gonna produce less. And this game is all about trying to maximize what you can get out of your people and out of your buildings, and you can lose pretty easily. You can lose pretty easily and pretty quickly, and if you're not prepared, there's not really a quick way out of it, you know? So we're just gonna, because the start is so slow, you only start with 10 people, 5 are kids, so you don't have a lot that you can do. So we're just going to try and knock a bunch of things out quickly and try and advance in the game. So I like to surround the market with a road just to make things nice and neat and tidy. And we're going to have a field. This is a bonus field area, produces extra stuff. So we're going to drop a field over there right away. Because right now we're starting in winter. And so because we're starting in winter, spring's going to come up and we'll actually be able to plant this field the first year, which will really give us a leg up going forward. We also basically immediately need houses. Because your citizens get cold really easily. Because it's cold out, and they get warm inside of a house. They can visit any house as long as it's around them. They don't have to live in it. So you really got to plunk down some houses. You basically need houses right away, at least a couple. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna stick them in the direction of going towards the farm, so that they can work at the farm and come back to their house. So we're gonna go in that direction, and then we might build a few houses going this way also, just to keep supply lines efficient. All right, there we go. Those are going to be our starter houses. We put some extras down because basically the way you get new villagers is people, have little baby villagers, and they can only do that inside a house if they have a family in the house. And so basically the houses are your population control. So without extra houses, then you can't really grow. And kids in this game take a really long time to grow up. Takes years, I think. I'm not sure, but it feels like a very, very long time. So you really got to future-proof it. The downside is if you put too many houses down, then you're gonna have too high a population compared to how much you're producing, and you'll basically just kill yourself out. Because this is based on Banished, it's really just a matter of it's a very fine balancing act of what you're producing and how fast you're growing. Because you could very easily, you put too many houses down, they build them all, you're dead next year. You can't produce enough because you have too many kids and they all eat. You can't stop the children from eating. All right, I like to surround everything with the road. It makes travel easier and just looks nicer. That's just maybe me. All right, next thing we got to do is we have to harvest resources. So in this game, you have trees, you have stone, you have iron right there, and you also have plants and stuff. You see, you can see them underneath, and all that stuff can be gathered by anybody as long as they're not doing a job. We're gonna need some basic resources to start out, so we're gonna do that. We're gonna do a little square like that. So that'll give us wood and some stone and iron and some general stuff. The other thing that we got to do pretty early on is drop a repair shop. Once buildings start degrading, they'll just fall apart and you'll have to reconstruct them from scratch. And that's just a lot of resources that you can't give up. All right, there we go. So we're gonna plunk that down there. We'll move stuff around eventually, but for now that'll do well. I'm also gonna get a road going up to our farm. Just cause it's nice, you know. You don't want your farmers carrying stuff, walking through the woods. It's nice to have a road, even if it's a dirt road. I don't know if you walk through any sort of forest ever. If there's just even a little bitty path, man, life is sweet that way, you know. Drop a warehouse, another warehouse somewhere. Let's put it like behind these buildings over here. That's pretty good. And the last thing we're gonna need to start out with is a nice big well. All right, now they should get started. We're gonna make a couple of the houses higher priority, just so they get them out of the way. So that's our basic setup right now. How's that looking? What do we think? I think it's looking pretty good. All right. Now they're all going to work. They're all going to start chopping stuff down or building houses. All right, we got our field built. Got 4 farmers. We're going to choose the only thing that we have. I guess we only have one seed. That's fine. We're going to do some squash. So that'll be good. The farmers assigned to something like a field or other professions, if they don't have anything to do, like right now they're out of season, they're going to be chopping trees down or hauling stuff or doing other mindless things. Sometimes they'll do nothing if they have there is nothing to do, but so you can leave farmers on all season and not worry about it too bad because they will do other stuff. For now though, we're just going to let them build, and maybe these little farmer folk are going to come over here and start planting soon. So you can actually see that everyone's cold. They're all very cold. Luckily we have our first house almost built. But that is kind of what happens, especially in hard mode. The cold is very strong, so you really got to be mindful of it. I have started other hard games where if you don't build your house right away, your first at least one house, people will literally just die. They'll just die before you get anywhere in the game. So see, now they're all gonna run over to the house. You can see them stocking the house. Each house has their own stock of food and water and stuff. As soon as they get some domestic fuel in there, hopefully it's soon, people will actually be able to warm up. Because right now I'm a little concerned. I have a little bit of concern that some people might die of the cold. Oh, I think there he goes. There he goes. He's carrying it. He's got it. He's got it. What do we got? We got fuel? Yeah, we got domestic fuel. Perfect. Now the house is nice and warm. Look at everybody's coming. Everybody's coming to warm up. And nobody's gonna die. No deaths from the cold. Success. Success. How close were they? Oh, she was pretty close. Look at that. Warmth is just gone. It's not good. It's not good. They're getting warmer though. All right, we're gonna make the well a high priority as well as the repair shop. They can work on the houses later. It's not really a concern for me as much. Now that there's at least some houses, we're okay. I know they want their own homes. I know they want to be comfy, but we got priorities. Oh, look at that. Look at that. March is here, so they're planting. They're going. You can see them work. We can do a little perspective action. They're going. They're going. Look at that efficiency. Love it. I'm especially proud of Adeline here. She's homeless, but she's still working. She's working hard. All right, let's check in. Let's check in on the town. How are we doing over here? How are things looking? Okay. We got the repair shop built. Alan, the repairman, is going to be taking care of all our buildings. You really only ever need one. I think even in like my bigger games that I did, I I don't really remember even having a second one. I probably did a second one at some point, but I imagine if a disaster happens, then you probably need some extras. As far as the well goes, we probably don't need 2 people in the well, but it doesn't hurt because you'll just build up a stock of water. And eventually you got to make booze and other stuff that requires water, so it becomes kind of annoying. Until we have something else unlocked that can produce us more water than the well, we'll just leave 2 people in there for now. All right, and as you can see, they've basically collected everything that I marked. So we're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep going down that little train. And we're gonna mark these trees over here because they're near a road, and we could use some more stone, I guess. Well, there's stone over here. Let's just keep marking it towards the farm, and like around there. That'll do good. That'll work. Oh, we got a new development point. Nice. So we got 2 now. So my goal in this game is I'm gonna try and make my way towards the fish pond as fast as possible. I have found that they're fairly efficient and a good source of meat. You can just take the fish and cure it with the salt, and it becomes a better quality food that doesn't degrade people's health. And it just works year round. So aside from farming, that's where we're going to aim. It's going to take a while because we need bricks, we need laid stone, we need sand, and all of those things require other things. So it's kind of like a very topsy-turvy way of getting to something, but we're going to get there. First thing we're actually going to start out with is getting the clean water over here, because we want the reservoir. The reservoir will allow us to produce like way more water while using less labor. So it's less people for getting more stuff. The goal is to get as much stuff with as few people as possible. So we're going to activate that. All right, so now that we have the reservoir, we're going to go ahead and build it. And I think we're going to go in this direction. It seems like it's pretty far, but that's just going to have to be what it is. And we're going to plunk it down right there. And stick another dirt road. And we're actually going to give it a little warehouse. Little warehouse, just some space for them not to have to go very far and just drop the water off if they need to. Just faster production. How is our field doing? They're getting there. They're planting. They're going. We're almost done. Almost done with that field. You can see that they go in order. So the earlier ones are already grown out. So you can see the progression of growing all the way down. That's kind of cool. It's cool how that happens. So it doesn't happen as like a field in its entirety. It's literally like that individual plant gets planted and goes down the line, down the line, down the line. The problem is that if you don't plant them fast enough, they won't mature fast enough, and you'll actually miss most of your yield. I've had fields that can produce, over 1,000 produce only 100 in the season because there weren't enough people assigned, or they just weren't doing their job fast enough, which can happen if they're, unhealthy or unhappy. Here comes our last house. It's exciting. Here we go. Come on. Who's that? Timothy. Timothy's doing work. Doing work on that house. Ooh, nice. Look at that. Beautiful. Well, there you go. There's our basic, very, very strong established foundation for our game. Everyone's alive. No one's died. Nothing horrible has happened. Our little houses are built, and we even have one house that's empty and with space for some future baby making. You know what I mean? We do also have our first injury. So I think it's about time that we build a clinic. I'm going to plunk the clinic out of the way on this side a little bit, because I plan to build the houses outward towards the 2 primary production zones, which is going to be the river and the field area. So right now I'm going to plunk it here, and eventually I might move it. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. And while we're at it, we might as well drop the school. The school is there to educate kids. If your citizens are educated, they actually provide better labor, and that they're more productive in all the jobs that they do. It also advances your development points faster. I very clearly remember that sand and clay are necessary for the reservoir, which I obviously did not do. So let's go ahead and do sand mining. That should have been the thing to do first. There you go. Looking pretty good. It's looking pretty nice. What do you think? Yeah? Looks good. Now our builders will come over here and work their way through it eventually. How's the field looking? Looks like right where it's 62% of the way there. I hope these people like squash, because that's all they're gonna have this season. Alright, we are actually gonna make a sand pit priority, because we need that in order to build the reservoir, because we need sand and clay for it. So this bad boy's got to get going. I'm also gonna make the clinic a priority, because a lot of people are getting injured here. So we gotta consider that a little bit. Well, it looks like our fuel reserves are low, so I guess it's also time. It's also time for a chopping house. Yeah, these people and their demands, huh? So let's put that guy over here near the storage. That'll be good, right there. And we're gonna make him a priority also. Can you only have... No, I guess a bunch of things can be a priority. Okay. Well, we gotta get going on that, because at some point we're gonna get pretty low. You can see that the houses are still okay. They have fuel. They have their own stock of fuel. So it's not the end of the world. They have fuel, they have water, so you have a little bit of a buffer. But we're gonna want to be producing some of that pretty soon, so. You can see them chopping stuff down. Gathering stone, gathering mushrooms and stuff. Got some agave, got some wild vegetables, some peas, some herbs, winter squash. Oh, we're harvesting. We are already harvesting. Look at them go. Oh, it's beautiful. How much are we gonna get? Winter squash, it said it's low yield, but that'll be all right. As soon as they're done, that'll give us 4 more workers also, so we can start throwing them in other places. We're gonna do kind of a seasonal micromanagement situation. Hey, our clinic is built. And Emerald is our doctor. Oh, Emerald. I mean, I guess that makes sense. It's a lady. For some reason, I thought it was gonna be a fella. All right. She's the doctor. You can see she works right in the house. That's where she lives. That's where she works. Very convenient. Always a little jealous of people who work real close to their into their homes, you know. And now people can get fixed if they're injured. Who's injured? I guess they're all in there. They're all in there. Ankles sprained. Both ankles? Just not even one. Both ankles. Okay. And it looks like we're about to get our chopping house as well. Here it comes. Any minute now. There we go. There we go. Now, come on. I want to see some hammers. I want to see some hammers. That's how you build things, with hammers. No, nobody's coming. Nobody. Oh, there we go. Here we go. Here we go. Yes. Andrea. Do the work, Andrea. You're facing the wrong way, Andrea. The house is over here. I don't know what you're hammering, but it seems to be working, so that's okay. And look at that. Look at all our squash. Just barrels upon barrels of them. It's great. How's that field looking? The field's about halfway, give or take. They already have 570-ish. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. Alright, we're checking up on Andrea. How's she doing? She's almost there. She's still hammering the air. She's almost got that whole house built. Just hammer. Oh, she's giving up. She left. Where'd you go? You're almost done. Where are you going? Where? She left. Oh, that was rude. Is she coming back? I think she's coming back. Okay. Alright. Come on. Yes. Yes, I want to see it built. Okay. All right, we're actually going to drop a builder because we don't... While it is useful to have builders, we do need someone produce... Oh, it looks like Tasha's already producing at the shopping house. So we don't have to worry about that. We put Sean back. I don't know where Tasha came from, but she's doing good work. We do have to choose production. So we're going to choose domestic fuel from timber. We could do it from some animal poops, but we don't have any animal poops right now, so we're just gonna have to run with it. That is gonna start consuming our timber, but gotta be done. And how's the field doing? The field's almost done. We almost got all of it. I'm looking forward to that so I can have some extra labor around. All right, let's watch this. Ooh, it's time for the autumn harvest. Well, we already harvested all of this. That was a quick harvest. So we got this? Okay, here we go. Here we go. We got the last plant. You gonna do it? Yes. Oh, she's messing around. And she's going to mine. She's going to mine. That was quick. See, she waited like 3 seconds and then she was back to work. We are actually gonna close the field down. So all those workers can now go do other stuff. So we're gonna build a blacksmith. Just stick him right against the clinic there. Give him a little road. Our people are gonna need tools, so that's why we need the blacksmith. We did start with a decent amount of stock of tools, but we're running low. We only got 49, and they're stone, so they're frankly just kind of shit. I think we're gonna open the job up and stick Peter. Peter can do some more woodwork over here. Get some more fuel going, cause winter's coming and it's gonna get cold. We have 3 unemployed people right now, but that's okay because they're just gonna be gathering resources. And since that's our primary source of timber and stone and iron right now, it'll be worth it. As soon as we have these buildings finished up, which is kind of just a basic requirement for surviving it all, I think we're gonna go straight into having a pasture and a hunting hut so we can get some animals going, because we're gonna need hides and we're gonna need leather and we're gonna need fat. All right, so our sand pit is done finally. We have 2 people in here. We don't need 2 people. We're just gonna go with 1 right now. We're gonna do sand, and we're gonna have to wait for them to produce enough sand. Just 30 right now, and then we can switch to clay, and then 30 clay, and then this bad boy can be built. The only real downside to the town as we've established it is that the water is a little bit far for people to run to for their work, but in the long run it'll work out better for us that way. Everything's all about grand plans with this game. You really got to plan it out because it'll make your life easier down the line. And we got the school up. So we got the school up. Melody is the teacher. It's an appropriate name for a teacher. We got 1 student, unfortunately. Our output is 20 for development, so that's nice. Mostly you just want we want the kids trained and educated. That way they'll be better workers down the line. 686 squash left. What do we produce? We produce 848. That's a good chunk. Ooh, winter's coming. It's here. It's getting cold. It's getting cold. You can see. We finally have some fuel stocked up, so that's nice. That means all the houses are full of fuel already, and so this is just a bonus on top. They're gonna start burning through it pretty quick, but it's all right. We have enough timber to survive for a little while, so I think it'll be okay. This game does have very cool transitions from the seasons. It is always nice to have those things, since you're spending most of the time just staring at the screen and staring at the same houses. You know, it's a little animation, a little distraction goes a long way. It's nice. Yeah, we're only just now getting to building those roads. It's pretty funny. All right, Andrea. I mean, I'm not gonna complain. Roads are not the most important thing. But there she goes, hammering away, building roads. All right, and we got the blacksmith. Blacksmith's going. We got to choose tools. We are going to skip stone tools and just go straight to iron. It requires more timber, but the tools last longer, and they work better with them. So we're just gonna go for that. We need more stone in the beginning anyway, so I think that's the right decision. I could be wrong. It's very easy. It's very easy that I'm wrong, but that's just the way I'm gonna go with it. I am also gonna mark some more trees right near the road for chopping. Cause we're gonna start running low on timber, so we might as well get it done. You have to be careful in the wintertime. If you mark trees or resources to gather too far from a home, people will freeze and die because they just can't get back in time to warm themselves up. So that is something to be concerned about and to be careful with. It also depends what kind of clothing you have. If you have higher tier clothing, you can get away with it a little bit better, but it is an unfortunate reality of the game and life, I suppose. If you're far from a heating source, and you're going out in the middle of the woods with just, a jacket on, good luck, buddy. Good luck. All right, now that we have all our, well, not all, now that we have most of our basics set up, we're gonna get a hunting cabin going. So let's place that. Ideally, you want to place it near some herds of animals. I don't really see any. Also, I mean, it's winter, so that's that's probably why. But let's just stick them. Let's stick them near town somewhere, just to keep it safe. That's pretty good. Like, that's a good location. I'm feeling pretty good about that one. That's a happy place. Once that's going, we can actually build a tailor's works so that we can start building clothes, making clothes. We have enough for now to last another year or so that we started with. But once you run out of clothes, people will just die of the cold real quick, like real quick. And pretty soon we're gonna have to grab some people away from their jobs and stick them on the field again, just so we have food for next year. And actually, if you look on the map, we have some immigrants coming up. So we need to build a town hall. That's going to be our priority. So let's figure that out. That's going to be a lot of resources. That's going to be a huge drain on us. We'll just extend the road that way. Now we're gonna see how far the houses can go. So the houses can fit up to there. That's the last square. So we're gonna round that off with a road just to mark it. And we're gonna push this road out all the way. And that's our border. That's our border. We're gonna get rid of this house. We're going to put the town hall over here, because to me, this area seems the most useless. So that's a perfect place for the town hall. There we go. Now that's going to destroy our resources. I mean, stone and iron, that's going to be punishing. We don't even have enough right now of either one. So we're going to have to set resources to gather. But that's going to be really important, because it's going to get us, between 10 to 14 new people. And since our people they're not even having babies right now, so I mean that's gonna be pretty huge for us. So we're gonna let that happen. Let that build. No, see, they're cold. They're cold. They went too far. They gotta run all the way back to a house. There you go. They're getting warm. They're going back out. Getting warm, going back out. How far can they make it before they get cold? It's not very far. They're dropping. Look how fast it's dropping. They're barely able to do anything before they gotta run back. It's just one of those things where I think in hard mode it's toned up quite a bit to make it just a lot more difficult. Everything just feels more difficult. He's going to eat, getting warm, gonna eat, he's thirsty, and then back out. And then back out. He's going straight back out, trying to clear the way for the town hall. Oh, looks like somebody grew up. Little Nina, not quite grown up all the way. She's a student, but she got her own house. She got the extra little house. Hopefully she finds a nice man at some point and has some little baby action. I mean, she can find a lady too, but we need the babies. So procreation is important in this lifestyle, unfortunately. So her sexual preferences will just have to wait until she pops a few out. As harsh as that might seem. How's our blacksmith doing? He's doing okay. Not producing a ton of tools, but we just need some. We just need some. Well, it looks like our hunting cabin's about to be built. Too bad it's the season for the hunting's basically over, at least as far as my labor goes, since I can't afford to have people not farming. So that's too bad. But for next year, that'll be great. All right, and I think that's gonna be it. It's gonna be it right now. We're in year 2. Year 1 happened. Episode 1. Year 1. We built everything out pretty well. I think that's a pretty good structure for the future. Shockingly, nobody's died of the cold. We have, how are we on food? We have quite a bit of food. It was very impressive. They've actually, where did we get fish? I guess that must still be just leftovers from the food that we started with. But most of our squash still here, kind of. Statistics, let's check these out before we get off. Food, how did we do last year? Last year we used up 748 and produced 1,420, mostly because of the squash. That was mostly squash. If you look, 848 was squash. So we basically covered all our food for our current population with just squash. So that was good stuff. That was good stuff right there. Water, we overproduced water, but that's all right. That's okay. We can probably take a person off the well to do some farming. Medicine's gonna be a problem. Aside from that, what's important? Fuel, we're producing more fuel than we're using. That's it. That's all you gotta do. You gotta be careful, take your time, take your steps. We're gonna have to build, in the next season, we're gonna have to build some houses. Definitely for the immigrants at the very least. And we gotta make sure to get some farmers going. We're gonna farm up some more squash. And next year, hopefully, we can do some cabin hunting, and maybe get a cub, get a few animals in the pasture going. That would be nice. Town hall is almost built. Town hall is basically done. And once we get the reservoir going, after the sand pit and stuff, I mean, it's looking pretty good. So I hope you enjoy this first episode. I know episode ones of games like this are probably the least interesting, but I hope I found a way to at least give you some structure and idea of my thought process and what I'm going to be doing and how I'm playing this game. So hopefully it was interesting. If not, I'm sorry. I'll try and do better next time. Otherwise, let me know what you thought. Let me know what you'd like to see different. And I don't know, like and subscribe and all that junk. And come back for the next one.